originally we had kind of two groups under the Paraorchestra and Friends umbrella. It was a group called Army of Generals and a group called British Paraorchestra. And the Army of Generals group would tend to be, say, the string players who didn't identify as disabled but would join our project, and the Paraorchestra group would be those who had additional access requirements. And what we do now is we've kind of gotten rid of those labels, because I'm personally not comfortable. I don't think any of us are comfortable with, that idea of kind of needlessly segregating people or drawing lines between people. So everybody who's in our family of musicians now plays under the banner of Paraorchestra, whether or not they identify as disabled. We have a wonderful team of coordinators and producers who work tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that those who require additional points of access or have additional needs, whether it making sure they can reach the stage or the venue via a wheelchair ramp, or making sure that they have accessible hotel rooms and bathrooms while we're on tour, or making sure that the hearing impaired members of the ensemble can hear the conductor, often Charles, at the front of the room via a T loop or an amplification device, or our visually impaired musicians or blind musicians having braille music sent to them ahead of the rehearsal so they can learn the part from memory, or if there's someone who has a fluctuating condition, maybe they have ME or MS, and it means that they may require kind of a quiet room in between a rehearsal and a concert with, a bed or a comfortable sort of surface to lie flat on so they can take some rest. These things are all taken into account, but kind of, in the background. So that it's all with the aim of allowing our disabled musicians to play at their very best when it comes to the rehearsals or the concerts. So that's the model we've kind of arrived at. And so our hope really is that when at the point of music making, at the point of delivering kind of a performance, the disability actually does become irrelevant. It's not up to us to kind of push any sort of label or identity onto our musicians, because they all have, some of them are very active in the world of kind of, disability activism and politics and campaigning, and that's great. If they want to do that, that's fine. Equally, there are some who are less kind of familiar or comfortable with that world. And so our job is simply to make sure that they can play at their best. And then, as I say, when you're in the gig, you certainly can't tell the difference in quality between a musician who has a disability and one who doesn't, because there is no difference. So that's kind of a very long answer to your question, but it's like that's kind of the mantra and the model in which we're operating now.